have a chance. Richarlison. Cuts it back. Oh, what a goal! First up! It's just the 5th minute.
Still Lewandowski. Still Doski. Finds Dembele, and Dembele scores an equaliser. What a pass from Lewandowski. He has been the best player. He has actually got 2 assists. One of Gavi's goal and now Dembele's goal.
And City wins! City won the match. Manchester City won the match.
Hello everybody, this is Brisbane05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In today's match, we're actually going to be doing a quarterfinal fixture and it's going to be Norway taking on England, which is also classified as the Haaland Derby. Yes, it's classified as the Haaland Derby because Haaland was actually born in England, but he's actually playing for Norway. And it's a pretty cool story because Haaland was actually thinking of playing for England if it wasn't for that certain someone. Yes, Roy Keane injuring Alf-Inge Haaland, which forced him to make an early retirement for his footballing career. So they have to move back to Norway. And that's how Erling Haaland has spent his footballing career, mostly in Norway. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how things pan out. So first, starting with Norway, they've managed to easily get past through the group stage, finishing second in Group I. Then they managed to beat Ivory Coast in round of 32. And then managed to beat the favourites, Brazil, 2-1 in the round of 16. Which most of them are predicting that Brazil would actually go on to win the World Cup because of Neymar. But I think Norway did the unthinkable because of a Haaland masterclass as he's guided his team to a quarterfinal finish. Whereas for England, on the other hand, they're actually doing pretty good. Like, they're cooking. And ever since they didn't have Gareth Southgate, this is the first World Cup that they're not going to be having Gareth Southgate. So England are actually cooking. Like, in the round of 32, they managed to beat DR Congo thanks to a Harry Kane masterclass. And then, of course, they managed to beat Mexico at the Azteca, finally beating Mexico at their own home ground. That too, the first time they've actually lost was in 1970, where they were up against Italy at that time. Now, this time they actually lost at the Azteca in 56 years. So, yeah, England kind of ended Mexico's winning streak at the Azteca. So, this is probably special for this team here, for the Three Lions, because yes, England did actually top the group, but their performances weren't actually that good. So we're just going to see how things pan out because Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham have actually been the best performers here for England. So are Anthony Gordon and Marcus Rashford, who actually perform well while being on the bench. So those two players are actually the bench players. So this is going to be very interesting to see how things pan out here for England. But can they surpass this Haaland's Norway, who are actually the dark horses of this World Cup campaign? We're just going to see and find out. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get to the match to see Norway taking on England. Alright guys, we're here for this quarterfinal fixture as we have Norway taking on England, which is also being classified as the Haaland Derby because Haaland is playing for Norway, but he was also born in England. So it's a very cool storyline for this player right there. But basically, Norway's run to the quarterfinals, it wasn't pretty easy. They managed to beat Ivory Coast and Brazil, like, with that much of hard work. Whereas for England, on the other hand, they managed to beat Mexico in the round of 16. But before that, they actually managed to come from behind, beating DR Congo in the round of 32, thanks to a Harry Kane masterclass. But can England surpass this dark horse Norway side, or will Norway prevail? Alright guys, let's take a look at Norway's starting lineup. So as you can see, Nyland is going to be the man in goal as he's made so many saves. Ryerson and Wolf are the fullbacks. Ødegaard, Burge are your midfielders. And of course, Haaland is the man up top. Ståle Solbakken is your manager, and here are the subs for Norway. Whereas for... Basically, what I'm trying to say is Norway are a dark horse team, so do not sleep on them. And they have an opportunity to be in their semi-finals, like book their berth into the semi-finals. But they're up against England, who does have history in being in the latter stages of the tournament, but they've never won it, especially in the final. So can this be their chance? We just don't know. Let's take a look at England's starting lineup. Jordan Pickford is the man in goal. Nico Riley and James are your fullbacks. Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson are your midfields. Rashford and of course Saka are your winger side midfielders. And Kane is of course the man up top. Thomas Tuchel is your manager. And here are the subs for England. Anyway, who's going to win the Haaland Derby? Will it be Norway or England? Just going to see and find out. Looks like England will be the man to kick, the team to kick off first. Sorry, not man, but the team to kick off first. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting game because Norway are a very interesting team. They are the team that are really the real deal to fight if they really have to earn their semi-final spot. Whereas for England, they've been there before, but they've never got the job done. Can this be their time? And that was an amazing chance from Declan Rice, but what a save here from Nyland, who, like I said, had a masterclass performance against Brazil in the round of 16, who made a penalty save. But here's Thomas Tuchel, who's the manager for England. He has actually coached English clubs, which is, of course, Chelsea. So he does have history in definitely coaching an English club, not just as a, like, he's basically having that experience in coaching an English type of team, not as a club, but a country. But as you can see, Harry Kane had the opportunity to score from a header. But what a save again here from Nyland. And it's going to be a corner kick here for England. And Bukayo Saka's header was just not reaching the target. Or it would be someone else, but we don't know. But as you can see, here's Haaland. Erling Haaland has just scored 7 goals. So he's definitely the player to watch. Looks like Norway have the possession here. Here's Sander Berge to Ryerson. Ryerson to Oscar Bob. Bob to Ødegaard. Martin Ødegaard with 3 assists already for him. He finds Erling Haaland. Still Haaland. Haaland tries to hit the player, but it's not going to be counted as a free kick because England might have actually got the possession without any infringement. So England does have a play-on situation. Here's Declan Rice. Rice to Bellingham. The best attacking midfielding player here for England, who did score a brace against Mexico, the co-hosts. And right now England have the opportunity. Rashford with it. He finds Bukayo Saka, but Norway just manages to get this one through. And now here's Oscar Bob. Bob to Ødegaard. Ødegaard to Ayer. Ayer to Sander Berge. Berge to Haaland. Haaland to Antonio Nusa. Still Nusa. Nusa to Berg. Berg tries to shoot, but what a block here from England. Now here's Jude Bellingham. Bellingham finds Bukayo Saka. Saka to Bellingham. Bellingham to Rice. Rice to Saka. Saka to Kane. Kane to Bellingham. England are on the attack. But can they try to cook into their maximum temperature? We just don't know. Can they forge ahead? No, they can't. What a tackle here from Julian Ryerson. Both these sides have made wayward passes. So it's not pretty interesting here. But can this attack from Norway conjure something? No. But they do have the possession. Haaland has it. Haaland finds Berg. Berg shoots, but his effort just could not reach the target. However, it's going to be a yellow card here for Norway, and it's Hegem that receives the booking. Probably one of Norway's centre-back that'll be receiving it, as he did tackle Kane without the ball. So now he's basically in warning. Another infringement from him, even harsh, or a yellow card bookable foul. He will be getting a red card and he'll be going straight to the showers. Right now, England have the possession. Here's Mark Gahey. Gahey to James. But I think England do get this one away. But Norway have the possession. Here's Oscar Bob. Bob to Haaland. But what a tackle here from Gahey as now England get the possession here. Bellingham with it. Saka. Reece James. James to Bellingham. Bellingham to Saka, who's already made an overlapping run. Saka to Bellingham. Bellingham tries to shoot, but what a tackle here from Hegem. Nusa. Norway is trying to go into the wing area, but they do pass it to straight and they are making wayward passes, which is something that Norway really have to be careful. And I thought they won possession, but England does manage to get this back. And what a flick control here from Rashford, but Norway does get the ball. However, England have the possession. Here's Rashford. Rashford to Nico Riley, but Bellingham gets the ball instead. Bellingham to Anderson. Elliot Anderson with it. Anderson to Bellingham. Still Bellingham. And that was an opportunity for England to take the lead. But what a save here from Nyland. And it's going to be a corner kick here for the Three Lions. And Bukayo Saka is going to be the one to take it. He goes long. Norway does manage to get this one away. Now here's Nusa. But what a tackle here from, I believe that was Nico Riley. I don't know. But however, England had the possession and they had the chance to take the lead. But Harry Kane misses the opportunity. His header just managed to go off target. Norway are really carrying this team. Like Norway. Like I'm telling you, don't sleep on them. They might be the new team. And they're making their first World Cup ever. Last time since 1998, where they only managed to get into a round of 16 finish. But like I said, don't sleep on them. They always know how to conjure things up. They are really that team to go farther in the tournament, especially having a two-time Premier League winner, Erling Haaland, and a one-time Premier League winner, Martin Ødegaard, in your squad. However, England have the possession. Here's Nico Riley. Here's O'Reilly with it. Nico Riley. O'Reilly crosses it. Harry Kane goes with a diving header, a leaping header, and he scores the opening goal to put the Three Lions in front. What a pass from Nico Riley. Time to perfection, by the way, from him, from the Manchester City left back, the Mancunian left back. And what a header from Harry Kane. Just dived and got the better of Nyland. And with his finish, he has given England the lead. Harry Kane is literally that player, man. Ever since he's left Tottenham, he is scoring goals for fun. And he may probably guide England to their World Cup title. I don't know, but we don't know. But anyway, England have the lead over Norway. But like I said, Harry Kane would guide them to an England World Cup champions, I would say. And that too for the first time in 60 years. Yes, 60 years. That was the last time they've actually won. With the likes of Jeff Hurst, Bobby Moore. But anyway, England have the possession. Here's Bellingham. Bellingham to Declan Rice. Rice to Saka. But Norway get this one. 2 minutes of added time, by the way. Forgot to mention you that. But it's half time as England have a gutsy lead over Norway. Thanks to a leaping header from Harry Kane, which separate the sides. And Harry Kane has of course been the man to show whenever the fans needed him the most, as he's delivered in a crucial quarter-final game. Half time, it's Norway 0, England 1. Alright guys, let's take a look at the highlights here for these two sides. Nico Riley, of course, making his World Cup debut. Well, not his debut match, but his World Cup debut. But as you can see, England had the opportunity to take the lead in literally the quickest time as possible. But what a save from Nyland. Again, this man is a showstopper. And then there was another chance for England. But what a save again from Nyland. But then Norway had the opportunity, and it was Patrick Berg that tried to go for it. But what a save here from Pickford. Well, actually, it was not a save. It was actually a wasted opportunity from the midfielding point of view. And then England had the opportunity, but what a save again from Nyland. Nyland is basically the best keeper here for Norway, and he's carrying this team. But like I said, if it wasn't for his penalty save against Brazil, Norway would have actually got knocked out. And then Harry Kane missed the opportunity to take the lead. But it didn't matter as Nico Riley made a crucial pass into the box where Harry Kane rose to the occasion to take the lead for the Three Lions and probably hold this one at the end of the first half. Pickford was applauding because England kind of needed that after this crucial saves from Nyland. But anyway, let's take a look at the match facts here. As you can see, England had 6 shots to Norway's 2 shots. England 6 shots, 4 shots on target to Norway's 2 shots, 0 shots on target. This is going to be very interesting to see how things pan out in the second half. But who's it going to be? Will it be the Three Lions or will it be the dark horses Norway? The Vikings? We're going to see and find out. Anyway, guys, second half will be coming up shortly, right after the break. Alright, guys, looks like second half has already started. As Norway are the ones to kick off, they need to bounce back if they really are that dark horse team. The last time an underdog European team made it to a final, and that was Croatia. Can Norway try to replicate it? And Croatia have actually beaten England. So if they really have to reach the final, can they actually do what Croatia have done? Anyway, Bukayo Saka finds Bellingham. Bellingham shoots. And just as I said that Norway would have had the opportunity to come back, England has had the opportunity to kill the game from here, as Bellingham has just doubled the lead for England and the Three Lions. Has all been England here. What a finish here from Jude Bellingham, the Real Madrid cam, as he has doubled the lead for the Three Lions. Will football be coming home? I really don't know. But as it stands, England have a 2-goal lead over Norway. But can Norway conjure something up? In the prediction last time around, Brazil were the ones that actually beaten Norway. But you know what happened? Norway actually beat Brazil in real life. And they actually went on to reach the quarterfinals. So we don't know if my prediction would really be the right one. But anyway, Declan Rice has already got a booking after he made that huge infringement on one of the Norwegian players. So it's going to be a free kick for Norway. Julian Ryerson is going to be the one to take it. And he actually goes long, but there was no one to collect it as England get the ball. Now here's Anderson, who right now has already made a transfer to Manchester City, by the way. So I have a feeling that this man might have true potential to actually win something for the club. But anyway, England are on the attack. Jude Bellingham with it. Bellingham to Anderson. Anderson to Kane. But what a tackle from Norway as they get the ball away. And only for Nico Riley to take it. The Mancunian left back. He finds Bellingham. Bellingham to Anderson. Anderson to O'Reilly. O'Reilly to another Mancunian. But this time Rashford. Rashford to Bellingham. But Bellingham somehow wins the foul as it's going to be a penalty for England. That was a bad tackle here from Ayer, as now England have the opportunity to triple the lead. The Norwegians are saying that it's an English dive, but the game is a game. He thought that Bellingham actually dived. But anyway, Harry Kane is the player to take the penalty. But somehow Nyland has made a crucial penalty save to give Norway a huge chance and keep them alive in this game, just like he did against Brazil in real life, saving Guimaraes' penalty. But however, it's with England. Reece James has it. He finds Kane. Kane shoots, but Nyland makes a huge save again. Nyland is literally a penalty stopper, man. He's a showstopper when it comes to saving penalties. He's probably trying to replicate Emi Martinez's clutch moments. But anyway, here's Marcus Rashford. Rashford to Guehi. Guehi makes a pass to O'Reilly, his Man City teammate. He finds his future Man City player, Elliot Anderson. And England had the opportunity to triple the lead, but what a save from Nyland. Substitution here for Norway as Oscar Bob comes off for Andres Schulderup, who's already had a masterclass performance against Brazil, who assisted one of Haaland's goal. Can he be something of Norway's help? But anyway, here's a chance for England. Here's Declan Rice. Rice to Bukayo Saka, his Arsenal teammate. Saka makes a cross. But Norway get the ball. But it's with England. Here's Reece James. We're already down to the time where hydration break is starting to commence. But in this one, there is no hydration break. The show must go on. But in real life, hydration break is actually required in order for these players to stay hydrated for the entire 90 minutes. But anyway, here's Saka. Saka to Reece James. But what a tackle from Wolf. Wolf to Berg. Berg back to Wolf. Wolf back to Berg. Berg to Antonio Nusa. But what an interception here from Reece James. Reece James to Declan Rice. Rice to Saka. Saka to Rice. Rice to Konsa. England are doing a bit of tiki-taka here. Reece James, Konsa, Rice, Anderson. Anderson to Bellingham. Here's Jude Bellingham. Bellingham makes a pass to Kane. Kane shoots, but what a block from Norway. Do they have an opportunity to come back? Here's Berg. Berg to Burge. Burge to Haaland. Haaland to Nusa. Nusa with it. Nusa to Haaland. Haaland shoots, but his effort just could not reach the target. And it's going to be a goal kick here for England. Pickford's going to be the man to take it. But as you can see in the shots, it has all been Harry Kane. 7 to Erling Haaland's 1. Brazilian fans look away. I know it's not the scoreline, but it's actually the shots replicating the horror show scoreline. If you know, you know. But yeah, Brazilian fans again look away. But right now, England have the opportunity to kill the game from here. Here's Anderson. Anderson to Kane. Kane shoots. But what a savior from Nyland. This man is trying to carry Norway, but it's just that the offense hasn't done all that much, which is kind of letting the team down. But anyway, it's corner kick here for England. Declan Rice is going to be the one to take it. A bit of set piece magic here. They needed this. Rice tries to cross it, but Norway gets this one away. Now here's shoulder up, but England won the possession. Rice with it. Rice to Anderson. Anderson to Rice. Rice to Bellingham. Bellingham back to Rice. Rice to Anderson. Anderson with it. He finds Saka. Or is it Kane? I don't know. But anyway, Norway get the ball. 6 minutes to go. They need to score a goal now. Now here's Haaland. Haaland tries to go from distance. But you know it's going to be a bad idea. And as you can see from the passing accuracy, it has all been England. They've been dominating, dictating the passes pretty well. That's why they're leading. Now here's Marcus Rashford. Rashford crosses it, but Bellingham's or Saka's effort has just could not reach the target. And it's going to be a goal kick here. And anyway, substitution here for Norway as Wolf comes off for Yorkan and Anderson comes off for John Stones. A future Man City player comes off for former Manchester City player. Kind of makes sense, by the way. Now here's Berg. Berg with it. Berg to Haaland. Haaland to Burge. Burge to Haaland. Haaland to Nusa. Nusa shoots, but his effort just could not reach the target. Norway does have the attacking threats, but it's not troubling Pickford all that much. Which is kind of concerning for the Vikings here. But anyway, goal kick here for England. 3 minutes of added time here, given by the fourth official. Now here's John Stones. Rashford. Rashford to Bellingham. Bellingham to Rice. England have the opportunity to kill the game from here. Say that they are the team to dream into the semi-finals here, the final four. Now here's Bellingham. Bellingham to whoever that player is. But I think Norway does manage to get this one away. But it's full time as England convincingly beats Norway 2-0. And they are now the team to reach the final four. Thomas Tuchel might be the manager. And he might be the manager to bring this England team to success. But kudos to Jude Bellingham as he was the man to actually score the potential winner, or actually the match winner of the game, which sent England into their first semi-finals since 8 years. But full time, it's Norway 2, Norway 0, England 2. England reached the semi-finals. Alright guys, we're here for the second half highlights here. And as you can see, Jude Bellingham with a wonderful finish gets the better of Ireland. And as you can see, this is the first time I'm actually only showing you the second half highlights. Just to let you know that. And also to save space, by the way. So, yeah. But anyway, Norway did get the foul, did win the foul thanks to an awful one from Declan Rice. So he had to receive a booking. And then Norway had opportunities. They really did. But Haaland's effort just could not reach the target. It seems like that Haaland's robot chip is finally malfunctioned. Because whatever Norway tries to shoot, whenever Haaland has the ball, he just could not swerve this one in. And then Harry Kane had the opportunity to double and put a brace for him. But Ireland again tried to deny him. He actually did. England had the opportunity. Then it was Bukayo Saka that went for a header. An attempted header. But his effort just could not reach the target. And he would be frustrated because that would have been an opportunity to kill the game from there. Even though they already have a lengthy lead. And then Anthony Nusa had an opportunity to bring Norway one goal back. But again, his effort just could not reach the target. And yep, that's all the highlights here for the second half. Right, just wait a second. But yep, there we go. The second half highlights has been officially concluded. And now we move up to match facts, where Norway did manage to get shots, but like I said, they did 5 shots, 1 shot on target, to England's 14 shots, 9 shots on target. That was a huge dominance here for England. And the man of the match was given by, well, not on Norway's perspective, but their best player was Sander Berge. But it was actually given to Jude Bellingham. Because he was the man that have actually not only scored the winning goal for England, but he also done well in midfield. As an attacking midfield. So, it shows that Bellingham is really that player. And he could guide England to success. But we're just going to see and find out. Can the talent lead England far? Or will Norway somehow beat them in real life? This is, by the way, the predicted scoreline. But will real match have other things in their mind? We're just going to see and find out. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe so that I can make more future FC videos for you guys. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. We'll be back for our next match. Goodbye. Hello guys, we're back, and just as you witnessed, it was a dominating performance for England. Of course, Harry Kane scored the opening goal for England with a wonderful header thanks to a pass from Nico Riley. And then Jude Bellingham scored the early goal in the second half, which actually sealed the scoreline and probably booked their spot into the semi-finals. Of course, winning the game 2-0. Whereas Haaland, for some reason, his robot system isn't working, which some people call, because somehow Norway's chances have not actually been met the target. Only once they've actually met the target, but not most of the time. And because of this, England have actually won the game, convincingly beating Norway 2-0, and they are the team to move on to the semi-finals to take on the winner of Argentina and Switzerland. Well, that's just the predicted scoreline from me. Can the real life replicate it? We just don't know, because whenever I do these type of predictions, they always do the opposite. Like basically Norway versus Brazil. Brazil actually won that game, but then Norway won it in real life. Portugal versus Spain. Portugal actually won it in the game, but then Spain won in real life. We're just going to see how things pan out. This might be Norway's strategy to actually go past the two difficult teams. Like they did with Brazil, they might actually do it with England. We just don't know. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. What will be the predicted scoreline for Norway versus England? Please put that in the comments. And while you're down there, please make sure to like and subscribe so that will motivate me to make more videos. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. This is Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.